Hello, I am halfway through, no, not halfway. I prematurely began my makeup and it just occurred to me to record it. So if you care about how I get my face to look fake, this is gonna be like a little in-depth chat style makeup tutorial with like all of the products that I use. Don't mind how crazy I look right now. Got a facial yesterday and I had my face dermaplaned for the first time. That was interesting. But we're at my little makeup desk, very messy. I'm gonna figure out how to set this up and we're gonna get started. I have my coffee and this is being completely recorded with my iPhone 16 Pro. So we're just gonna pray for the best. So I did my skincare. I do a serum, a toner, like moisturizer, sunscreen, always sunscreen, but like very basic. I just follow whatever my esthetician tells me. But the most important first tip that I have, your foundation must have the same base as your skincare. So what I mean by this is a water-based foundation that I use. I use the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in the color Santa Fe. So if your foundation is water-based and your skincare is water-based, we're all gonna be fine and dandy. But if your skincare is water-based and your foundation is silicone-based, or like vice versa, they're gonna like separate with each other throughout the day. So it might look fine when you first put it on, but if you're having trouble with like makeup separation, that might be why. So if you wanna have a flawless base, they both need to be water-based or both silicone-based, but you can't mix. Okay, I'm at the bottom of my foundation container. So we're just trying to use what is left. And then I just use a makeup sponge. Also, before I do this, I usually spray like a setting spray. This is my favorite right now. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Setting Spray, airbrush, whatever. Really good, but that bottle's like $50. But I haven't found anything else that I like that is worth using. So do with that what you will. But primer or setting spray is not always necessary. You just need a good skincare base in my experience. Let's chat. I don't know what is going on in my life right now. Probably nothing interesting. I'm going to see Jackie for lunch today, and I'm taking the G-Wagon, which is kind of rare for me because I actually like driving my Honda. Contrary to popular opinion, people probably think like a G-Wagon is like fun and cool to drive. It doesn't have like a lot of the features that my Honda has, which is fucking crazy. I feel like I can drive more recklessly in my Honda. One, because it's like closer to the ground, and two, because it's like a fourth, no, not even a fourth, probably like a fucking tenth of the cost. But today I'm actually getting ready and dressed, and that'll be fun. And like a forewarning, I'm not like a makeup guru. I literally don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. But I have been doing a full face of makeup probably since like 6th grade. I have a lot of experience playing around with makeup and seeing what looks good and what looks bad. And this is what I have come to right now. I know I can always improve, so if we have any suggestions, please let a girl know. I always get compliments and questions on my makeup, so I guess this is like an official place to fucking find my current routine. I've been doing this same routine for so long, and a girl does have acne. It's a constant battle. So my skin is not perfect by any means, but I get it to look pretty good. That is all of the foundation everywhere. I put it everywhere, and I even blend a little into my neck. So that is the first step. Cream contour. I am a terribly new beginner to this. This is the one that I found that I've been using, Tarte Double Duty Sculpt Tape Contour. I have this in the shade Light Cool Bronze, and it's just like this little sponge thing. And I use my contour as my second step because I'm really messy with it, and then I clean it up with concealer. So if you don't use cream contour, you can always skip this. This is literally how I contour my nose. I am so messy with it because I just can't be bothered because I literally do this every single day. And we obviously need to slim my forehead down because she's large. And then I use a different sponge just because I don't like to mix. So then I just blend this in. Okay, there's my messy contour all done. Next, I have NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade 2, 2.4, and 2.5. They're just all different undertones. So one of them I have matched to basically the color of my foundation. That's the one that I use to conceal my acne, which we're gonna do first. And then honestly, there's no reason to have 3. I just use a lighter shade to do like my upper lip and like highlight different areas. And then I use like the lightest shade under my eyes because I have very dark under eyes. Starting with the darker shade, I just put it on all of my acne. Acne is such a struggle. I wish it would go away forever, but that's just probably asking too much. Because I've been going to my esthetician for like a year now, and my skin has improved significantly. However, I did go off of my birth control in the process, so my acne did like start getting worse again, but I just don't want to be on like hormonal drugs or whatever. It kind of scares me. So I was on birth control since I was like young. This is such a trust the process makeup routine, and it's honestly, it's just realistic because you could be as fucking messy as you want. Okay, now I'm taking the second lightest shade, and I'm gonna do like my upper lip and like my little forehead area. This is crazy, I know, I'm sorry. And I also do a little under my eyes, and then I blend that. And I kind of bring the under eye concealer down a little on the side of my nose so we can kind of clean up like the hack job that I did with my nose contour. That looks fine to me so far. And then I go in with the lightest shade, and this is a very important step. So I will conceal my under eyes, and I put a little around my nose. So I conceal my under eyes, and then I immediately set them with powder. So the powder that I use is Laura Mercier translucent. It's like a loose powder. And I will use the same sponge, but like the opposite side, and I'll like pack it in just to keep everything from creasing under my eyes because I have very dramatic under eyes for some reason. And I also will just even out my upper eyelid to make sure there's no creasing up there before I set it with powder. Okay, no creasing. I look fucking crazy, but I just dip it into the powder and pack it under my eyes. My under eyes are the most important part because they get crazy and ugly. Okay, they're all set. They look nuts, but just bear with me. While I have my sponge in the powder, I will also set my upper lip in between my eyebrows and my chin because that's where all my acne is really. So I just want to pack in the powder in these areas. And then I just take a powder brush. This is the Real Techniques 400. This is just like a cheap powder brush. I've just been using it forever. It's their blush brush, but I use it for powder. And then I just set the rest of my foundation. I usually wear my black robe while I'm doing my makeup, but for some reason I decided white would be a good idea. Wrong. Make sure you get every square inch of your fucking face, even like your eyelids and stuff. So that's where we're gonna be putting eyeshadow, and you want it to have a good base. This is the craziest I'm gonna look. I promise it only goes up from here. I like to wipe I like to wipe off my lips because they have somehow disappeared in the process. I hope this video isn't terribly boring. I hope you get at least like one piece of information. So now I go in with my powder products. So first I'm using Benefit Hoola powdered bronzer. I will pack this on my brush, and then I go over all of the areas that I contoured with. So my forehead and my cheek hollows. I like to be messy with it because my next step I will clean it up. That's gonna be like a recurring theme. Be messy and then clean it up. Also, I use like the same brush for like everything powder. I just wipe it off in between if I need to. And then I also just literally just go all over my fucking nose again. I don't know how to contour my nose, but I don't think most people do either, so I guess this is my little hack. And then I always like take it down my neck too. And then the blush that I'm currently using is by Pure. It's called Blushing Act. It's just a matte blush. So messy, whatever. And then I just take this on my brush and I just blend it into my cheeks. Be as messy with this as you want because we're gonna clean it up. And then I put some on my nose and my forehead. Basically just all the places that I put bronzer. Okay, now this is where the magic comes in. So we're taking the translucent powder again with the back of our sponge, and then I go over my under eyes, just the areas that I want to pop. And I also go in my cheek hollow. So that looks like something like this. We're gonna brush this out later. This is like my form of baking. None of this ever has to be perfect. Like I am constantly making mistakes on my face and just cleaning them up later. And now we can clean up our nose. I like to take my second lightest shade of concealer again. So obviously according to your nose shape, but I'll make a dot on the tip and then like kind of the bridge of my nose, tap that out and blend it with my finger. And then that just brings the highlights back to the bridge of your nose and gives like the slimming effect with like all of the fucking mess that we made. All right, that is like the base of our face makeup. We'll get into like cleaning it up, highlighter, whatever later, but I want to move on to brows next. So I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in dark brown. So it just has a little angle and like a little brush side. So I will brush my eyebrows out first and then I just outline what's already there. So that's like a comparison between the two eyebrows. I'll just like outline my shape and like make it a little sharper on the end. And then I just brush it out. This is like the laziest full glam you could get. I think honestly anyone can do this. Anyone can like look 10 times better by like manipulating your features with makeup. I do it every single day because I like to show up as my best self, and that includes doing makeup. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, like getting ready in the morning takes me about an hour for everything. So that's like makeup, hair, getting dressed, whatever. But I make time for it. I'm not gonna wake up 10 minutes before I need to be somewhere. I'm gonna wake up like an hour and 10 minutes before I need to be somewhere because I prioritize my appearance. You know how many first impressions you make in a day? It's honestly wild. And I want all of those to be as my best self. So that's what keeps me insane and doing my makeup. So I just filled in my eyebrows a little bit darker and I sharpened the end. And then next I just use a little eyebrow clear mascara thing. This one is the NYX The Brow Glue. I like it. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I think this was cheap. Your eyebrows are not an area you need to splurge on. Honestly, your base makeup, everything that we just did, like the foundation and concealer and powder, oh, and your setting spray, and your skincare if you do like use all that, that should be the area that you spend the most money. And then everything else, like eyebrows, eyeshadow, lips, you'll see I don't really spend as much money on because it's not as important. You can find just as good products at the drugstore as you can at Sephora. Like the Anastasia Beverly Hills like eyebrow thing that I just used like is honestly very comparable to this one that I used to use. It is the NYX Professional Makeup Precision Brow Pencil. It's the exact same thing. It has a sharp end and a brush end. That's all you need, is just like a side that has color and a side that has a brush so you can like blend them out. And then you just need a clear mascara that's gonna keep them in place. And now we're gonna get into eye makeup. So I've just been using this palette recently. It's the Tarte Maneater. I just got it on sale. But you can use literally anything. And then the brushes I use like a round fluffy brush, a more like angled fluffy brush, and then a angled brush. These are all from Real Techniques, number 300, 301, and 341. These are all cheap. I don't spend a lot of money on my brushes either. I don't think it makes that big of a difference. Firstly, if you're new to makeup, I would just use whatever color you used to contour your face with, or to bronze your face with, to kind of give your eyes a little definition back. Because right now they just have concealer on them and they look crazy. So I just go in like round motions and just totally blend this in all over. This is just going to be the base to whatever else we do. And if it's like a light makeup day, this is all that I'll do. So you could tell, I don't know if you can tell actually, but it's just a little bit more definition. If you don't already do makeup or like experiment with makeup or like try makeup as a girl, and even as a guy, I think some guys look amazing with makeup. It is a secret weapon. Like you need to be at least trying, experimenting, because you're not gonna have it down perfectly the first time. Don't get discouraged. Just keep doing it. Make it a daily habit. Make it a routine. Find what looks good on your face. We're girls, we can literally shapeshift. Why would you not want to? I don't know. And then I use like my thinner brush and I will darken my lower lash line. Okay, that's like the absolute base. We're gonna blend everything else into this. So next, if you're new to makeup, I would just use shades of brown, like a slightly darker shade of brown and then a slightly darker shade of brown. But I'm gonna experiment with, I've been liking shades of like pink, I guess. I've been experimenting with like more of those tones because I have blue eyes and I find that it just accentuates them a little more. But I would go in with a slightly darker color first. So I am mixing Ferocious and Paws Off. They're just two lighter shades of brown. I'll tap off the excess and then I will concentrate this in the outer corner of my eye. I have done this so many times. I've done this literally without a mirror, with a mirror, in the dark, in the car. I don't care where I'm going. I need to look my best. So the circumstances that I have pulled off makeup are crazy. You could totally do this if you're sitting in your bathroom at home. Just keep blending. When in doubt, just keep blending. Keep that fluffy brush concentrated in the crease of your eye. And we have a little bit more definition. And then when I want to get a little fancier, I'm taking this like pinky shade and like a sparkly shade, and then I'm going to pack it into the my outer eyelid, and I'm just gonna blend it out in like a cat eye shape. So I'm angling it up because that's the effect that I want my eyes to have. Honestly, towards like the end of my eyebrow, I like to angle my eyeshadow. So that's that before blending, obviously. And then I will take the same color under my eyes, just with the same brush. I'm not picking up any extra product. Now we have this kind of like angled eyeshadow effect. I'm just gonna take our previous brush and blend this out a little bit. It's a little messy, but that's what we have so far. If you want to clean up your inner corner a little bit, I just put like a little bit of concealer and then just blend that in. This will just bring some brightness back, so just like that. And then always I will take a light eyeshadow. This is just the Ulta brand in the shade Whatevs. It's just like a shimmery bright white. I'll just take it on my finger and just tap it into my inner corner. So it just looks like that. That's pretty much all for eyes or eyeshadow. I will kind of brush out the powder that we have under our eyes just to kind of clean that up if we had any fallout. And I'll just use my sponge with whatever powder is still on it to just kind of clean up those lines that I made. And now I just go in with a liquid liner, a matte liquid liner. This is the one that I've been using. It is just Maybelline Master Precise All Day. I like the ones with this kind of tip because they're a lot easier to work with, I think. So I will line all the way from my inner corner to the end, and then I'll draw a wing. This definitely takes some practice, but it will change the way your entire face looks. And again, even my eyeliner is never perfect because I will also clean this up. So I just lined from my inner corner to the outer corner, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of a wing in the same shape that I did my eyeshadow. So from my corner up to like where my eyebrow is. So I just draw a little line like that, and then I will connect them. Something like that. And then I do the other side. They're obviously not going to be even. I go back and forth and try to even them out a little bit, but it's never perfect. Honestly, the more that you play with it, the harsher it's going to look and more obvious it's going to be. Okay, and they just look something like that. Now here's when I'll take my angled brush and I just take a dark eyeshadow color. I just have like a dark brown, or you could use a dark black or whatever. And then I will set the eyeliner. I will go over the eyeliner and kind of draw a line out from the tip. So I'm just kind of blurring the eyeliner into my eyeshadow. So that's how it looks now. And then I just take that smaller fluffy eyeshadow brush and I just blend that in. So it looks a lot more flawless than this side. Especially if one of my wings is going up and the other is going down and whatever, like I can't fix it, I will just like change the direction with some eyeshadow. Also, I will tightline my upper lash line. I don't even know what this eyeliner is. I can't see it anymore. Maybelline Lasting Drama Matte. I don't know, it's just a Maybelline gel eyeliner now. I use this to tightline my eyes. So what that means is I'm going to color in my upper eyelid. This all definitely takes some getting used to, but the more practice, the better you'll get. So that's what that looks like. It just helps your eyeliner blend in with your mascara. So I only do the top. If you do the bottom, some people like that look. I think it makes your eyes look smaller, and I like my eyes to be lifted, so I avoid doing the bottom unless it's like a night out and I want to look like smoky. So now I will just do my mascara. Expensive mascara is the biggest scam. So your best bet is gonna be Maybelline, L'Oreal, whatever. These are some of my favorites. The L'Oreal Lash Paradise is great. It has this like fluffier brush. I also like the Maybelline Sky High. It has like a more defined brush. Honestly, all of these are great options, and all of them I think are like $10. Right now I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Panorama. This one's a little newer. I just like the brush on this. I think it like defines my lashes more instead of clumping them. So I don't think I need to explain how to do mascara. I think that's at least one thing that everyone should know how to do. Maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. One thing that everyone probably doesn't do is their lower lash line mascara, but I think that is important to kind of finish the whole makeup look. So that's one coat on my upper lash line. And I also lightly do my lower lashes, so I'll just use whatever is left on the brush. That's the difference doing your lower lash line makes. I just think it looks a lot more defined. And then I'll do like another coat on my upper lashes. You can stop your eyes here if you're a normal person, but everything I do is extra, so I have a little hack for fake lashes. These are the Kiss Impress little lash clusters. They are pre-glued and they go under your lashes. So they're very, very easy to put on, and I only do like 2 on each side just to kind of bring my eyes up. Again, like that's the theme with with all of my makeup, is like making the outer eye more bold, so it like emphasizes the cat eye, I guess. I don't know. So I have these little clusters and I just use tweezers. This is what they look like. I will just put them under my lash line. You don't want to put them on your waterline, you want to actually stick them to your lashes and just press them in. So that's one of them on this side. And then that is 2 on this eye, none on this eye. If you could see the difference, I just think it gives it a little more volume and it really completes the eye makeup. I just love it. And these are the easiest thing ever to put on. These will last me, I kid you not, a week of everyday use. I wear these usually every day. Not every day if I'm feeling lazy or if I'm running out of them. But one of these little packs is like maybe $12, $14 or something. It comes with 14 of them, so that's 7 pairs, and I get like, that's like 7 weeks for me for like $14. It's just a no-brainer. I absolutely love these. I reuse them, they're perfect. I would never get my lashes done because I think it ruins your lashes. And this is just such an easy alternative. They just stick right on. And I honestly think they look better, to be quite frank. Perfect, seamless, like you can't even tell I have anything on my eyes. So that's our eye makeup. I want to finish off our face. So I'm just gonna blend out that baking we did earlier. And then I'm going to take my blush again and just add a little bit more because it gets lost in the sauce sometimes. And then finally highlighter. The one that I use right now is Benefit Cookie. It is this little bottom one right here. And then I just use a Real Techniques brush again. This is number 402. It's just like a fluffy brush. And I will use this on my Cupid's bow, on the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose. I will use this under my eyebrows and obviously on my cheeks. And finally, find a lip combo that works for you and do it every single day. With makeup, without makeup, I don't care. Lips can make or break your face. So currently I am using just a NYX lip liner. It is the lip pencil in the color Natural. It's like this mauve color. It is the exact same color as my lips, naturally. I bought like 6 of these to find my natural lip color, and then I just align my lips. If you have a similar skin tone to me, I highly recommend this one. And then I just keep one of these. I keep them in every single purse, everywhere. I have one of these to always touch up my lips because that's how important it is. And then I'll just use whatever lip gloss or ointment I want on top. Some of my current favorites are these little, obviously I have so many of them and they're all empty. These little Lana Lips lip ointments. They're so good. It's just like a clear ointment and it just looks nice and glossy. Actually, let me put some of that on just to be a little healthy. And then immediately the lip liner has blended in with my lip color, even though this is clear because it's the same shade as my lips. Or I will use like a tinted lip gloss on top. This is Fenty, I think in Hot Cocoa, just for extra color if you want it. And that's pretty much it for the makeup. Obviously have to fix my hair and put jewelry and everything on. Oh, and setting spray. I usually do this earlier, but I forgot. So this is pretty much the finished look. This is my go-to every single day makeup routine. I look a little crazy still, obviously, because I haven't finished getting ready. But this is my tried and true routine. I swear by it. It's stunning. Can't go wrong. So yeah, if you take away anything from this video, spend 90% of your budget on your face products and like 10% on like the accessories because your skin is number one. Good skin, good base is gonna make or break any makeup routine. And make sure that your skincare and your face makeup are the same base. Water or silicone, don't mix them. All right, I'm gonna finish getting ready, but that was my little makeup tutorial. Love you, bye.